Hey guys, how's it going? Rubik's Master here. And I don't know, this is going to be a video on the M1 Breacher. I'm not too excited about it. I spent a lot of points on it, 45,000 to be exact, which I don't know, that's not really a lot, but anyway, I'll get to that. Anyway, hope you guys had an awesome event and got all the crit cards and special units you needed or wanted. And I am super jealous of anybody that was able to get the M3 Bradley. I was really hoping to get that vehicle. Wasn't expecting it to be an 800,000 point vehicle. Man, that's a lot. Anyway, so to the M1 Breacher. This vehicle was added in an event after the IFVs, I believe. And if you look at the Breacher type vehicles that they're all basically like, there's the M1 Breacher, MK Shredder, and wait, was that the last one? I thought there was one more. No, that's it, guys. That's the last one. Anyway, so there's the M1 Breacher and MK Shredder. And if you look at them, how they're built and all that stuff, the points they basically have, let's look at the Merkava. You can see speed 50, blah, blah, blah. DPS 400, health 28. DPS 400, health 28. 54, 36. So, I don't think that really fared as well between the M1 Breacher and the Abrams M1A1. They're basically the same vehicle, except the Breacher is geared towards destroying barriers and being an extremely aggressive unit against defenses. So, when you look at the M1 Breacher, how its base stats run, its DPS is higher than the Abrams. Its base health, I think, is right on par with the Abrams, but the DPS, I don't know exactly how to factor in the DPS, because it doesn't give you split DPS. I think the increased DPS is only with the Chain Flail. If you haven't activated the Chain Flail, and it's just using its main cannon, I'm pretty sure the damage is not 3830, but we'll get into that in a second. So, this thing is an awesome idea. Honestly, it is. It's an amazing idea. It would be awesome if it worked. And the concept of this is you deploy it as a regular tank, and you can use it as such to attack defending troops. You activate its breach mode, and it will go in a straight line to the nearest defense turret, breaking down walls, doing bonus damage to walls, and going straight to the turret. I believe at an increased speed as well, maybe? I'm not entirely sure about that one. But it's great at drawing attention. It becomes a unit that you basically don't have to micromanage, and you can count on it attracting the attention of all the enemy turrets. Its equipment is pretty good too. It's Mark 1 of the Chain Flail, increases damage to barriers. It's Mark 2, decreases time to max speed. That's whatever. Its armor is especially interesting. Armor versus armor piercing damage, which the only thing that they're not very Kixeye is not very forthcoming with what kind of thing deals what damage, but the only armor piercing damage I can think of would be railguns. So basically it takes decreased damage from railguns. So that's pretty cool. And its Mark 2 is armor versus mine damage. That would be another really good thing. It'd be a mine buster. You could have it in front of your units, plow through mines, all good to go. Now, there's two things that kill this unit. Absolutely kill it. One is that capacity used. 200. That means that they want this tank to be worth 2 Abrams. This tank is not worth 2 Abrams. It has similar health, like right now it's at 22.9. My Abrams that are at level 10 is at 39,000, plus a lot more for armor. It's over 40,000 health with the bonus. So my Abrams have almost twice the health as my Breacher. Against similar level players to me, these Breachers just melt. They melt. They can't tank anything. I haven't had a Breacher actually reach a defense turret yet. And the max per squad, 1. What? Max per squad, 1. So if you're trying to build a well-balanced platoon, such as mine down below, you can't have more than one breacher because it doesn't have enough health. You have to have some Abrams mixed in there for late game once you breach the walls. You can't... if you wanted two breachers, you're going to have to lose an Abrams, and you're going to have to cram all your Humvee IFVs or your S-13s or rocket buggies, whatever you're using for your DPS. You have to try and shove that into one squad, which makes it a nightmare for microcontrolling. But what I'm getting at is that this unit is basically a glorified wall breaker. It doesn't do anything except break walls. And if you want something to break walls, you can use M270s. An M270 can break a wall placed right next to any turret except a howitzer and salvo and not be damaged. So I don't know what the deal is here. Alright, so I don't know. I'm gonna try and find a base that I can attack and not have to deal too much with defending units. I don't know why, but recently it's been putting me against higher level players than me. Typically it puts me against, like, I don't know, the other day it put me against a level 28 player. So, you know, fun stuff. Okay, I'm not going against two salvo turrets. Even though I'm not going to win anyway because this platoon is crap. So... I mean, sure, why not? I can do this. Okay, and we'll leave an attack from up top to make it... let's make sure I have the right platoon so I can show y'all trying to plow through this wall. Okay, so we're going to attack. We're going to select all. AI off, deploy. Okay, so... one of my Abrams decided to deploy on the other side of the rock. That's pretty handy. Alright. So we got these guys coming at me. We are just going to let my Zeuses take care of all these things. So if you look at the M1 breacher on the left side of my unit list, you will notice the breach above it. Once you click that, it goes on automatic. It goes on automatic attack. It basically goes on an aggressive AI that targets all the defensive units. Alright, so the Zeuses are getting wrecked, but that's honestly not that big a deal. Even one Zeus by itself was enough to do that. Okay, so, oh no, okay, we got a PK coming. After that, we'll run through this. So, we have a good path up here with no mines. We're going to select all, and we're just going to stage a little bit closer. Hopefully none of these bad boys will traipse right into reach. You can even tell the M1 Breacher's profile is, you know, decent. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and click the breach button. Bam! Here we go. It's going to head up there. Here you go. Oh, wow. This is actually like... oh, and you can see now I'm hitting select all, but it won't select the breacher. And the breacher did indeed take reduced damage from that railgun. However, we have got to get my other Abrams up front to take the brunt of this damage, because as you can see, my M1 breacher just kind of melted right there. But that time, that actually worked out a little bit, but, so we'll just have to kind of see how this plays out in terms of repair costs. Because, so for repairs, we lost a Zeus and a half. Zeuses can be fairly expensive to repair, and we lost basically one Abrams worth of health plus the one breacher. Abrams are extremely cheap to repair. I don't know the exact numbers on how much it costs, but they are extremely cheap. I think Kixeye has done a good job of making expendable units just that. tanks are meant to soak up damage. So as long as you let tanks soak up that damage, they're extremely cheap to repair. So, good job there. But we'll just have to see how the M1 Breacher fares with that. Since it does take up 200 unit space, you would think that the cost to repair would be slightly higher. Am I missing something? I did miss something. We're going to use my Avengers to take that out. These Avengers are another video altogether. When I used them the first time and I made my first video about them, I didn't see much of a use for them. But as I've upgraded them, I've kind of shifted my opinion. I think they have their uses, but that'll come in another video. So, here it comes, here it comes. Oh, it is also Strike Day, so what strike did I get? Oh, one I already have 3 of? Cool. Who would have thought? I never use them anyway. I just use the missile strikes every once in a while during an event. But come on, come on. Let me see what damage... Oh, wait, whoops. Oh, well, we can go ahead and see. So, again, we lost 1.5 Zeuses, a little bit of damage to Humvee IFVs, which granted, Humvee IFVs are a very expensive repair. Half Abram damage, which is a very cheap repair. 2,700. For that kind of base, I feel like that's a little high. An M270 platoon with a couple Abrams could have taken that out, with the loss of the couple Abrams and not much else for repair. But anyway, let me know what you guys think. If y'all have awesome uses for the M1 Breacher that I'm not seeing, let me know. I want to know. I'd love to not have a useless vehicle sitting in my inventory, but for my purposes, I'm probably not going to use it much, at least not until I level it up quite a bit. Anyway, until next time, y'all have an awesome day.